Tuesday after they outscored the Lakers 38-20 in the second quarter, and they really didn't let up after that, winning 117-95. Jaden McDaniels led the way with 25, and Minnesota drained a franchise playoff record 21 threes. And you look at LeBron James, right? Largest home playoff losses in his career. This one is up there, okay? It's the third largest home playoff loss that he suffered. The other two coming with the Cavaliers in 2018 and 2010. Time now to welcome in Bill Ryder. And Bill, Minnesota didn't start out great in that first quarter, but they outscored Los Angeles in every quarter after that. Naz Reid was huge off the bench, was a sharpshooter. What did you see as the main reason for why Minnesota stole game one from the Lakers?
I mean, the main thing is, and this is a cop-out, so I'll give a real answer, but I think they're just a better basketball team. They did all of the little things better. And J.J. Redick brought this up. LeBron James brought this up. There was a physicality to the Timberwolves, and they're much bigger. I mean, we know the Lakers go small. That's part of their deal. With all respect to Jackson Hayes, they don't really have a center, or at least one that they can rely on in L.A., and Minnesota just pushed them around. I mean, it was bully ball. And this is a deeper team than I think people understand. And if Julius Randle, who's not been a great player in the postseason in his career, can continue to be an impact offensive addition, can hit some of those open shots, it's going to be a long, long series for the Lakers.
Yeah, it could be, they could be out of there quickly.
It could be.
Could be. Now, one of the reasons the T-Wolves were able to set a franchise record in threes was due to how much the Lakers collapsed the paint on dribble penetration, which led to so many wide open looks. So what adjustments do the Lakers need to make if they want to make sure they don't go to Minnesota down 0-2?
There's a few. This is going to sound like a J.J. Redick shot incoming, because I guess it is. But J.J. Redick considers himself the smartest guy in the room, so maybe he'll be able to go out there and make those adjustments. I mean, fast break points alone, I think, was 25-6, and that's something the Lakers have got to adjust. But I'm going to give an obvious one, but I think it's important. That is, LeBron James and Austin Reeves have to be outstanding. They have to be better. This is a great Lakers team because they have great players. They were, at least on paper, and I know you can win the games off the paper, box scores can lie, they were mediocre offensively throughout the year, including when Doncic came in. They were mediocre defensively over the same time span. They won these games because Reeves was so much better offensively, and LeBron is LeBron. In that game, Doncic had 37 points on 12 shots. Reeves and LeBron had 35 on one fewer shot. You are not going to win games in the Western Conference, where almost every team is good enough to make a run, if you don't have your stars, your LeBron James. And let's put Austin Reeves in the conversation, too. Delivering, hitting shots, helping to carry the weight. The T-Wolves are too good for those guys, and LeBron in particular, because he's LeBron, to have those kind of off nights on the offensive end.
Yeah, now, plus minuses, sometimes they can be misleading, but LeBron and Austin, they were combined minus 47, okay? Just abysmal, like you said. Luka, he did his work, specifically in the first quarter. But for LeBron and Reeves, they have to play better. Now, for Minnesota, Bill, Anthony Edwards, you know, one of the knocks coming off last year was how he didn't know, or he wasn't really comfortable playmaking and getting his other players, his teammates involved. And he really did a good job, in my opinion.
I thought so, too.
Dribbling downhill, able to get his shooters open and all those things. So what moves do the Minnesota Timberwolves need to make to go up 2-0?
I like everything they've done. I mean, honestly, I think that you want a repeat performance, and I know I already brought this up, and I'm going to pick on him. Julius Randle is critical, and I don't want to keep bringing up Karl Anthony Towns. He is somewhere else, and he had his own struggles, obviously, in the second half for the Knicks last night. But Julius Randle has to fill that offensive end, because Anthony Edwards is a guy that can beat you, and everybody in the NBA knows it. They're going to blitz Ant, the Lakers are. They're going to double team Ant. They're going to make him make other guys beat the T-Wolves, and there's other contributors who can go out there and who can get it done. Julius Randle's going to get open looks. They gave him open looks. He had a great night. He was efficient. He had some big shots. If Julius Randle can sort of be the tip of the spear on other guys not named Anthony Edwards, getting those opportunities when they come to them, because Ant's a lot like Jason Tatum. When he creates that gravity and he takes those double teams and he creates opportunities for his teammates, and Randle's the main one here, if they take advantage of those moments, again, Timberwolves in a really good position.
Right. Great day, I should say, for Julius Randle. Does need to cut down on those turnovers, though. 7 turnovers in game one. So this is a series that I think could go 6 or 7. But when you look at game 2, the momentum is with the T-Wolves, right? At least for right now. Who wins game 2 in your opinion?
I might be a little slap-happy hanging out in the studio, being in New York City. I might be getting carried away. I'm taking the Timberwolves, and maybe that's not. I just think they're a better basketball team, and it is in the margins. I think it will be close. This has the feeling of, you're right, a Clippers-Nuggets kind of series where it can go either way, and LeBron's not going to play badly again, I don't think. And I think Austin Reeves is going to contribute. There are going to be some adjustments, and J.J. Redick, the shot and joke aside, is a very smart basketball guy. and I'm relying on Julius Randle here, so I have some nerves here. But every time I'm asked this question, I think I'm going to take the Timberwolves. I think they're a better basketball team. I think they haven't gotten the respect they deserve. I think maybe the casual fan doesn't understand the distance between the 3 seed and the 7 or 8 seed in the Western Conference is a game or two here or there. This is a very good Minnesota team. I think they're better, and I think they showed in Game 1. So give me Lakers chaos and the Timberwolves win is the prediction tonight.
So what's going to be the score?
They're going to win 109 to 101.
Okay, I like that.
Defense out there.
I like that. We love defense, okay? We don't like those 136, 126 scores. Bill Ryder, we always enjoy you, especially.
Thanks, Coach.
Chris, was the first quarter set the tone for this one, make it difficult for you guys to get back in the flow?
Yeah, obviously we're down 19 points at the end of the first, so we lose by 11, or 9 rather, so easy math there.
Julius Randle played well, really kind of felt like he was trying to will the team back into it.
I mean, we had some guys play well individually, but we didn't connect the dots very well tonight, and that's what we've been doing so well. So, but yeah, it was a super physical game. We knew that was coming, Julius was really good playing through all the contact and all the fouls.
Chris, just in the first quarter offensively, just was it the physicality of their defense that got it?
Yeah, I think so. A little bit that, and we couldn't finish at the rim. We were 2 for 8, and we missed our first 3 free throws. So I think I looked up at one point. If we were made our free throws, it was a 2-point game, and then make a couple of layups, we're probably in the lead. So.
Your bench has always been so good. Just so, I mean, what did you see from the lack of shot making and impact? I guess from
foul trouble, obviously, from Dante and Nas. Kept them from really trying to find a rhythm in the game. I didn't think we did a really good job of finding open shots tonight. So,
you mentioned pregame about needing to see kind of what their adjustments were going to be. How do you kind of maybe strike that line of figuring out what they're doing, but also having urgency and energy from the start? Because it seemed like that was lacking early on.
You thought our energy was lacking early on,
or maybe the decision making.
Yeah, I thought our energy was good early on. Okay. I thought guys actually were playing hard and they needed a second wind early. Our execution was not good. They didn't really make a ton of tactical adjustments. They just were super physical, holding on a lot of the screens and being aggressive and trying to jump out on a lot of screens and pressuring the ball a lot more. So.
Obviously, Luka and Reeves, they're trying to get Rudy in isolation. How do you think overall, when you think back over these 2 games, Rudy has acquitted himself in those situations?
Rudy's a -2. So, his impact on the floor remains pretty strong.
The off-ball movement was awesome in Game 1. What do you attribute it seemingly kind of falling off here tonight, too?
Yeah, sticky at the point of attack. Got to get off it a little earlier. So.
You think there's a reason for that, or is that just maybe not as sharp on the game plan in that sense?
Yeah, I think ball pressure kind of got us a little bit, kind of sideways left and right rather than into the gap and downhill. So.
How do you feel like your guys responded to the up physicality that they brought?
Over the course of the game, I thought we did a good job, but we were down so big. So.
Coach, you still split. You go back home tied. Yeah. Anything particular you tell your team now going forward?
It's we got to be better than tonight. But it's going to be a long series. We thought from the beginning, and just as we're good enough to win on this floor, they're good enough to win on our floor. So we'll see what Game 3 brings.
You mentioned the foul trouble. Nas and Dante were such a burst for you guys in the first half of Game 1, and not having them. What did them specifically not being able to be out there in the first half, kind of what was lacking then?
Not having them on the floor, what was lacking?
Yeah.
Shooting, obviously, movement, playing with a lot of activity as they do.
It did seem like the ball and body movement wasn't there as much as it was in Game 1. Is that as simple as just doing it, or were there elements of it that you could have tweaked?
I think it was just we didn't. I thought early on and throughout most of the game we just didn't make the right play when it was in front of us. So
Terrence got some run in the first
Yeah.
half. Was that a product of the foul trouble, or did you intentionally come in with the plan to go to him for a foul?
Well, we
tonight?
thought he might be helpful in this series. His ability to get out and run, and his ability to get to the hole, with force. Thought he did a really good job in those minutes.
I got in late, so I don't know if this was asked, but
Sure.
were you